Dr. Haase. Today I would like to discuss how to minimize stress on your spine during your day-to-day activities. The vast majority of spinal injuries are caused by the accumulation of day-to-day stress rather than one big significant injury. So I want to raise your awareness of how your posture is and what movements you perform during your day-to-day activities, because that's how you stress the muscles, joints, and discs of your spine. So we're going to start off by standing. Common postural problems I see when people are standing. So the first thing you look for in posture when standing is the gravity line going through the ear, the shoulder, the hip, and the ankle when you're standing looking from the side. The most common deviation we see from that is the lower the stomach jutting out forward, causing an increased curve in the lower back. So the person's letting their stomach just hang rather than consciously contracting their muscles to hold it in. And then the curve in my lower back is increased forward, and it's putting excess stress on the joints and on the muscles of the spine. Then we can get a combo of bad postures where the stomach's forward, the shoulders round, and the head's forward. I call this the hanging posture, the lazy man's posture, where gravity is always drawing us towards the ground, and if you don't use your musculature to fight the effect of gravity, you're just going to let yourself hang off your ligaments without using any muscle contraction, which alters the curve, puts excessive strain on the joints and on the muscles of the back too. Another common one we see is rounding of the shoulders with just forward head posture and nose sticking out of the stomach. This is fairly common in more elderly people, where you see this hunching forward and walking with a rounded stoop posture. And this can lead to a lot of tension in the shoulders and neck. And some people with osteoporosis, weakened bones, they'll get collapse of the front of the vertebrae, will collapse down, forcing people to walk, to bend forward and be humped, and they can't stop that even if they want to consciously hold themselves up. Another thing to watch when you're standing is not to always lay on one leg like this, because your pelvis is shifting, you're putting abnormal weight on one side of your body more than the other. And things to watch for too when you're standing is what you're standing on. Your basis of support, your foundation is your feet. So you want to make sure that the shoes you wear, if you stand and walk for long periods of time, the shoes have soft soles to absorb shock when you're walking, and they have a very good support on the inner arch to prevent the inner part of the foot from collapsing and rolling inwards. And this can put a lot of stress on the knees, the hips, the muscles of the legs can get sore, the heels and parts of the feet can get sore too. So really consider your footwear for anybody who's standing and walking for long periods of time. So I want to go over some activities that we would do while standing, and basically the most common ones are lifting and bending, twisting and reaching. So most of you are pretty aware of good lifting habits. Let's just go over it though. For lifting something off the floor, you want to make sure that you're close to the object. You bend your knees, the object's between your knees, held in close to your body. You're not reaching away from it. It's in close, and when you bring it up, you hold it at waist level, not up high. Another thing while lifting instead of off the ground is reaching for something off a shelf. You should not reach up high like this, especially with a heavy weight, because automatically when your arms come above your head, your stomach sways forward, you increase the curvature of your lower back. And if you put a lot of weight on top, compressing downwards on that, there's a very good chance you can stress the joints of the lower back. So you should use a step stool when you're reaching to lift objects off higher shelving. Other things that you might do while standing, let's take vacuuming. If you have a sore back, how to minimize stress in your back when vacuuming is not to hold your feet parallel together and then rotate your body to push the vacuum cleaner, but to put one foot in front of the other one and bend your knees to move the vacuum cleaner back and forth. Now all the stress is going on your thigh muscles instead of the lower back.